Man from Nebraska, he's behind bars here in Florida because police say he drove 1,500 miles to kidnap two teenage sisters. Where did he meet them? He met them on Roblox. Adrian Kriskout spoke with the sheriff about the disturbing details of the crime.
Good afternoon. This 19-year-old man drove more than 1,500 miles all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, down to Indiantown, where he allegedly took two young sisters, 15 and 12 years old, who he was communicating with through the online gaming platform Roblox. Two sisters from Indiantown are safe and back home after their parents reported them missing last Saturday around 8 p.m. Information provided by family members was vital to investigators, and police later discovered the girls had been communicating since last year through the gaming platform Roblox and later through Snapchat with an adult.
We've not seen anything explicit necessarily, but we know our suspect was repeatedly warning these young girls that he could get in a lot of trouble for what he was fixing to do. So he knew he was violating the law.
Authorities were able to identify the suspect as 19-year-old Sermu Lasey and discovered he had driven for 22 straight hours on Friday from Nebraska to Indiantown, where he picked up the minors. Surveillance video were key in identifying the vehicle they were traveling in.
We were able to contact the Florida Highway Patrol, the Georgia State Police, and thankfully, the Georgia State Police was able to pull this vehicle over, take our suspect into custody, and rescue our two girls.
Man, these stories get crazier and crazier every day. 19-year-old, man drove 22 hours, down to Florida, and they're saying, kidnapped two sisters, met them on Roblox, and that's one of the dangers of. It's sad to say that's one of the dangers of, allowing your kids on these type of games where, they can talk to any and everybody because they could be put into the same, lobbies with anybody. There's like, there's no age restrictions on what lobbies that, you can be placed in. You can be placed in there with anybody. So, you've been communicating with them for over a year, moved the conversation over to Snapchat, to where I'm sure, he got all the information as far as, how he could come meet them and stuff like that. And the thing is, he was aware of what he was doing, was against the law. 22 hours to, get locked up and, now you're facing kidnapping charges. So, you got to be careful, man. As far as parents, got to be careful with, what platforms you allow your kid on and the kind of